Good afternoon, actually almost evening. It's weird with the clocks being changed. My name is Barry Selby. Welcome to my daily Facebook Live. Doing mine later in the day today because it's been a busy day being Sunday, at my spiritual center. And I've got a cat that wants my attention, so you can hear meowing in the background perhaps. My name is Barry Selby. I'm a best-selling author, speaker, and relationship attraction expert. I help strong, successful women find balance in love, life, and business. I'm also a passionate champion of the divine feminine. And I have a cat that wants my attention, so I'm going to be messing with him a little bit. You want to come up? No? Okay. So, topic tonight. Actually, this came about. I feel like I'm not straight. Let me try and straighten it up a bit. That way. Something like that. Yeah. So I was riding on a bike, so I'm just a little bit schwitzy, for those who know Yiddish. I was riding with a Lyft driver tonight, and he said something about a statement he heard on his radio station this morning, and I just shared something with him, which I want to share with you, since he inspired me to talk about this, which is, I'm actually going to guess the title as the result of what I'm talking about, because the realization is what I gave you the title is really the answer, but I need to give you context so you go, oh, now that makes sense, because it doesn't make sense without, unless you know what I'm talking about. So, let me talk this lovely idea about when you get triggered by somebody else's actions, whether it be resentment or hurt feelings or judgment or any of those sort of things. When, not if, but when you hold judgment against somebody else, be it upset about something they did do, something they didn't do, something they said, something they didn't say, the way they treated you, any of those things, if you hold judgment against somebody else, you're actually not holding anything. What you're doing is having an upset side of yourself and letting them control how you feel. I'll say that one again. That when you hold judgment against anybody else, you're actually putting yourself in a position of being at the mercy of what they did. Because the judgment you hold inside is actually inside of you. It's nothing to do with them, not anymore. You've taken it on. You've actually made up something about them that behaviorally may be accurate. But if you want to go spiritual, which I might in a minute, not so true. So the context I'm talking about with the poison piece is from, actually an old quote I remember from years ago, and I've said it before, that it's the definition basically of the definition or the analogy of resentment. Resentment is like taking poison, expecting the other person to die. Literally, that is how much you can impact your body. Because if you're holding resentment against somebody else, you're putting toxins in your system, from emotions to your body, your cells, your whole system responds to your emotional state. And if you're in upset, hurt feelings, judgment, resentment, then you're fueling that toxicity in your system. The other person may be totally oblivious to what you did. In fact, 9 times out of 10 they are, because they didn't know they were doing anything. Meanwhile, what you've done is say, okay, I'm going to toxify my system, as in poison myself, and give them the keys to the handcuffs that I've chained myself under. So your hands are tied because you've put yourself in a place of resentment, and you gave them the key. They don't know you've given them the key, so they're oblivious. So it's like, how do you tell them they need to release you? Because they didn't put you in the trap in the first place. So if they come along and do something and you go, how dare you, I'm upset and blah, 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 blah. You've basically triggered your own system to be upset and locked yourself in handcuffs at the mercy of their whim. That puts you in place of being a victim. And it is not where you want to be. Now, I'm going to get to some solutions in a moment, because the reality is for some of you, you're going to go, yeah, but they shouldn't have done that. Yeah, but this was done to me. Yes, but they killed this person. You're going to get extreme about it. Here's the thing. Resentment is not a solution. Resentment is a reaction. And resentment is also a self-imposed purgatory. It actually is a cheat, because what you're doing is you're not taking action. You're sitting, you're upset, and you're holding yourself accountable. You're holding yourself in prison over that. Again, the handcuffs. So what you've done is take your own upset and turn it against yourself. Now, I'm not saying turn the upset and turn it against them. That's not what I'm talking about as a solution. But I'm going to talk about something more powerful, which is, how do I say it this way? Well, let me finish up the first piece and I'll get to the solution. So again, when you hold upset against somebody else, resentment, judgment, whatever it is, feeling guilty about something that happened, you are carrying around poison in your own system that you're not giving to anybody else, thankfully, but you're also putting it against yourself. And the other part about being a victim is that you've let their actions dictate your mood. That means you don't have control, which means you are a victim of circumstances outside yourself. Do you really want that? I hope not, because that really isn't what I would say is what I recommend, what I suggest. But I have a solution. I actually have two. The first one of which I talked about before, and I talked about this week, in fact, in previous broadcasts, that the biggest key you can use to heal, solve, release your judgments, resentments, upsets, that sort of thing, is called forgiveness. Now, I'm not going to go into that here, but I do a lot of work with my clients with that. So if you're looking for help, you reach out to me. I have handouts I can send you. I've got coaching I can give you, those sort of things that will help you with forgiveness. Because forgiveness is not just a word where you play lip service. It's a change of state. Forgiveness, when it's executed effectively, or I should say when it's embraced fully, is the key to unlock your freedom. It's also the key to open your own healing, to put it simply. So it's a very powerful tool. I want to use a lot with my clients. Second, because some of you are going, yeah, but they did this to me and I should be upset. No. See, when you're upset, when you're in resentment, you're in reactive mode, which means you're not in control, as I mentioned. If you do the forgiveness first of all, it does not mean forget, not at all. When you are clear that you want to forgive yourself and release yourself and get yourself off the hook for the pain and suffering you're giving yourself, yes, you're giving yourself, again, stop being the victim. When you do that, then you can take the ability to respond, responsible action to course correct, which might be simply that if that happened to you and you're upset, do the forgiveness and walk away. Then again, it might be that forgiveness is for you to heal that feeling and then give them guidance from a compassionate, loving space versus a reactionary, hurt feelings, angry, upset space. You don't want to do that. If you come from a different place, you might actually change their behavior because they may be looking for you to react and become a puppet to their upset, their control. Because when you're upset and angry, you're out of control, they win. And they have control, which you don't want, I don't believe. So if you come back to them from a place of compassion, strength, and groundedness, they've lost, if that's the game they're playing. So the best revenge, if you want to use that term, is to be loving. Yes, the best revenge is to be loving. Try that one on for size. Whatever action you choose, it needs to come from the heart. Whatever action you choose needs to come from a place of consciousness and presence. Whatever action you choose needs to come from a place of healing, not reaction. Yes, I know. Sorry, a cat meowing in the corner. He's agreeing with me. So I'm summarizing because it's getting dark and I want to be complete because it's a very brief forecast. So I want to just plant the seed. It's a big piece of work, and if you want help with this work, it's one I specialize in. This is my daily Facebook Live, and this is number 157. Yes, 157. That may help you heal, transform, and become whole. I do these broadcasts every day. You can find these on my website, thebarryselby.com. You can go to my video blog, or you find them on YouTube under my channel, which is Barry Selby, on Messages from the Masculine. And this is one in a series of Messages from the Masculine to inspire the feminine heart. And thank you for the hearts and the love, by the way. And I'll be back again tomorrow with another topic. Probably more light, too. Just the fact that the clock's changed today. It's actually darker earlier. And I'm running out of light. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them below. And if you have any need for help, please message me directly. And you can also find me on my website. Go to my website and click on the Let's Chat button, and I'll get you there. All right. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow. And as always, I recommend to you, glad I got the points. Take care of yourself so you can take care of others. Let me say that slower. Take care of yourself so you can then take care of others. That's your homework. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.